Welcome to aQua. In this video, I will show you how to do a census-based analysis using this tool. We'll start by loading in data, and we need to load in data that is aggregated by one of our US Census collections. That can either be loaded into the viewport using census or tract, or counties or tracts, or it can be loaded in by state, so I'll just select Colorado and one of these two. So for now, I'll do US Census tracts. So the first thing we'll notice here, if we zoom in and have a look at the fields we can color the map based off of, we have all of these census fields here. We'll get these by default so long as we have chosen one of our census-based collections as our aggregation target. So we're pulling in a few metrics from the census here. We're pulling in income, we're pulling in age, and then we're pulling in total population as well as all of these population percentages. So we can click through some of these and see what that looks like. So we'll pull in some other water data as well to do a comparison between some census information as well as some water data. So we will go ahead and maybe grab iron from this list. Okay, so once we have that data, we'll go ahead and look at this charting feature, and we can start plotting census data against other census data or against some water data. So we can do something like putting income on the x-axis and putting average on the y-axis and look and see if we can find a correlation between income and average iron content in the water. We can also use this chart over here to just look at the data distribution for something like iron or census income. And this is basically just a count on those bins. So we can change this to something like median age, which is pretty evenly distributed. This is pretty interesting. We can see there's a very strong correlation between income and total population, which makes sense. We have higher incomes in tracts where we have more people. We can go ahead and look at some violations and see if we can find any interesting information about exceedances or violations of the Clean Water Act and census information. So from here, we'll grab zinc and we'll use this criteria here. Okay, so we have rate of exceedance for zinc that's come back. And we can go back to our charting and see if we can find any interesting correlation between something like income and a rate of exceedance or an average value for some pollutants like zinc. So we do see some correlation here. We see that generally tracts that have a lower income have higher values of zinc in the water. The rate of exceedance is a little less interesting. We don't see much of a strong correlation here at all. For average exceedance percent, we're seeing that the exceedances for zinc on average are much higher in census tracts that have lower income. So you can do this, you can pull in different water data metrics from the feature set here and then compare them to income to try and discover relationships between census information and water data. This concludes our video. Thank you so much for watching.